What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to 100% Chelsea in 2019. Happy New Year! Which is what everyone seems to be saying at the minute. It's you know, it's tacky, it's cliche, but you've got to say, you've got to be nice to people. That's how you should be going through life. So a Happy New Year, and welcome to completely new year on the channel, I guess. You know, although this video is looking back at last year, and we're doing it a few days late in comparison to everybody else. However, we're going to do it better than YouTube Rewind. Yeah, you heard. There's going to be no K-pop, which didn't make sense to me. Ninja wasn't even a YouTuber because he was doing Twitch, and it's actually going to make relative sense. But let's get back into it. Last year wasn't exactly what we thought it would be. Let's be honest, you know, we had plenty of highs. And we had plenty of lows.
That was dreadful.
Fucking hell!
Oh, shit.
We were fucking shit, and to be honest, I ain't fucking much else to say. There's plenty of that, and so much more to come, including some brand new behind-the-scenes footage from this year at 100% Chelsea. So, should we get straight into it? It's time to have a look at 100% Chelsea, the 2018 roundup. '18 started off with a bang, a London derby against Arsenal, and listen, for the 100% Chelsea crew, for us, we went through every state of emotion you could in what was an absolutely enthralling game. It was a game Chelsea should have won, and even Robbie from AFTV thought Arsenal were lucky.
But then when you went 2-1 up, to be honest, I thought that's it. You know, there's no time left, and so to get, you know, the equaliser and not lose the game, I thought that was good. You know what I mean? We showed a lot of fighting spirit. January
became a rather forgetful month. After 3 back-to-back 0-0s, every single Chelsea fan was getting pissed off and annoyed at no goals in the team. However, our luck seemed to change in the form of an FA Cup replay against Norwich, where 2 of our players got sent off and it came down to penalties.
Oh, Willian to take.
Blast it!
Yes! Get him! Yeah! Come on! Okay, it's Hazard to win it.
Come on, Hazard!
He didn't do it. Yeah! Come on!
However, the unconvincing nature of our results were really starting to get into Chelsea fans' heads.
What, 300 minutes to score a goal, and that we had to win on penalties. We couldn't even beat them the whole game. We had to wait here for over 2 hours. I don't get it. It's just, it's poor.
A game is won in midfield. I trust Bakayoko in midfield as much as I trust a hooker who offers bareback.
The final 11 days of January really encapsulated what it was like to be a Chelsea fan in 2017-18 watching our team. It started off on a cold Saturday in Brighton where we beat them 4-0. And then we went on to beat Newcastle in the 4th round of the FA Cup. However, the run turned dire. We lost in the League Cup against Arsenal, and then we faced Bournemouth in what was one of the most disappointing nights of the year.
I'm shocked. I'm lost for words almost. I'm kind of in disbelief. That was a disgrace.
What an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace.
Jesus Christ.
There are players that are available, but we're not pulling the fingers out of our arses.
After such a disappointing fixture against Bournemouth, we at 100% Chelsea were feeling optimistic heading to February, hoping that our club had got the wake-up call, signing Emerson and Olivier Giroud in the January window and moving on to pastures green. Then we faced Watford, and God, we were wrong.
Watford 4, Chelsea 1.
Brentford just got a penalty. Courtois and Delafeu.
Hazard gave us some hope in the 82nd minute. 3 quick-fire Watford goals saw us concede the most number of goals against the side in a single game all year. To say that the channel was at a low, it's an understatement.
4-1.
I mean, there's an information point there, and I'd love to know some answers from that fucking place, because honestly, that was dreadful.
We're a deflated team. There's no motivation, no passion, no drive. I can't. Sometimes it's usually one or two, but today I cannot point a single player out there that looked like they wanted to play for the team, looked like they wanted to play for a manager.
I've got a sinking feeling in my stomach. A sinking, sickly feeling. Because we didn't give what we can.
With that loss fresh in our memories, thankfully Chelsea kind of turned it around. Kinda. We beat West Brom 3-0 and then we proceeded into the next round of the FA Cup with a victory over Hull. Although this offered some respite, the 20th of February saw us start 3 of the most difficult games of our season. Champions League football was back. Chelsea faced Barcelona, and despite Messi breaking his Chelsea duck, it was another South American that was warming all of our hearts.
Shoot!
We played amazing. Honestly, from first minute to last, we played well. We kept a good defensive shape. Barcelona did scare us at times like you expect them to.
Next, 100% Chelsea had the pleasure of visiting Manchester twice in 1 week. Yeah, you could say it was a bit of a trek, but we headed to the west side of the city first, where Jose continued to torment us at Old Trafford.
Really not happy. As you know, I was confident ahead of the game. Most Chelsea fans were, and I think we were right to be. But, you know, that didn't happen. Frustrating result, frustrating second half, onside goal disallowed late on.
Although we lost, there were some positives we could have taken out of that game. Yes, the players tried their hardest, and that's what matters in the game of football. 90 minutes, try your hardest and try and get a result. It's unfortunate the same could not be said about our return to Manchester when we faced Manchester City.
Going forward, there's been next to nothing. Fabregas' passing has been awful. Moses has been average. Alonso hasn't shown me much. Hazard's been isolated. Shit. To say it was coming is an understatement. Full time. City 1, Chelsea 0, another loss. I'm done.
We were giving the ball away far too easily.
Oh, it was just disappointing from start to finish, really.
To start without a striker, it was really, really weird, I think.
In the immortal words of Jamie Redknapp after that game, Chelsea committed a crime against football. And all of us, including myself, really wondered what the point was.
He's usually very positive about things, but he really put it into perspective for me. Now, the longer he stays, the worse it's going to get.
The next week, we needed some hope. We faced Crystal Palace, and after back-to-back defeats, you would have thought everyone would be on edge. Luckily, Chelsea came out on top, beating Crystal Palace 2-1 despite late attacks from the Palace side. However, the next game was the biggest in the channel's history. We headed abroad for our first time and headed to a place that held so many memories. So many people sat in there. Fernando Torres went round Victor Valdez. But now it was time to see if we could do it again. Chelsea headed to the Camp Nou. We were all excited. After 2012, we wanted what could happen. Anything was possible. But then a certain Belgian, who remained nameless, left his legs wide open, and the horrible, horrible result ensued. Despite feeling bitter for being knocked out of Europe, this offered Chelsea an opportunity to focus more on domestic football. A late winner from Pedro at the King Power saw us proceed into the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and although it still looked unlikely, top 4 was possible. April 1st saw us face Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge. They hadn't won there for 28 years, and uncharacteristically, me, Lewis, Jack and everyone were really quiet heading down to the ground on the train. Listen, at the end of the day, the best team won. But the only team that looked fools on April Fool's Day were the team that were wearing blue.
Oh, shit. Oh, piss off, Ali, you cunt.
And with that Dele Alli goal, Chelsea fans across the globe went into meltdown. And trust me, we were not quiet about it.
It's gone. First defeat to Tottenham at Stamford Bridge since February of 1990. As Chelsea lose 3-1 to Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge.
Do you know what I mean? We were more pony than them fucking horses. Like, we're shit. We were utter shit.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We were, and I don't swear very often, and I especially don't swear on this channel, we were fucking shit. We were shit.
Everyone here is probably looking at me like, why am I smiling? Well, to be honest, my season finished months ago.
With the men's side letting us down, the women's side really picked up the slack, marching on into a European semi-final under Emma Hayes, as well as challenging for the league, and Jan was following them every step of the way. After a couple more points were dropped against West Ham, me and the lads headed down to the seaside at Southampton in what we thought would be a rather dull affair, but 3 points that were desperately needed. Chelsea were 2-0 down after 60 minutes, but after an inspired decision to bring on our January signing Olivier Giroud, the tables turned, and it turned into what was a rather miraculous and amazing affair.
With 20 minutes left and 2-0 down, I was ready to flip and rant the holy crap out of this video, and KANTE in particular, and I'm still not happy with him at all. But somehow, we managed to turn being 2-0 down into a 3-2 win.
God, you've got to be happy with that. I mean, thank God the sun's come out for once in sunny England. I can't believe I'm saying that. But bonjour Giroud, j'adore Giroud, because honestly, you have done me a service today. You've made me feel very, very happy, sir.
April saw the arrival of back-to-back FA Cup semi-finals. First, the women. They faced Manchester City, and after 2 goals were scored by Frank Kirby, the Channel and Jan would head to their first FA Cup women's final. For the men, we faced Southampton again, and after that fantastic result on the South Coast, we wanted another one. We got one. This time, it was far less stressful. Chelsea looked like they were picking up a little bit of form, and after a dull victory in South Wales, the 3 points are what we needed the most. And after Liverpool dropped points, that coveted 4th place position didn't seem that far away. And in the beginning of May, we came up against Liverpool. That coveted 4th position at stake. Those points that were vital to Chelsea's continued challenge for that top 4 spot. We saw Timmy Bakayoko finally perform for Chelsea. We saw Tony Rudiger keep Salah in his back pocket, and a single Olivier Giroud goal seemed to make that top 4 spot even more possible. Before the men's running began, however, we turned our attention once again to the record-breaking Chelsea ladies. They came out against Arsenal ladies, their fierce rivals, in a clash at the new Wembley in front of a record-breaking crowd. And for the first time ever, I was proud to see Jeanne heading up some fan cams for the women's game, getting your thoughts of what was a spectacular display by the Chelsea ladies.
I want to see it. I can't see it. I'm happy about it. That's what I'm so happy about it.
I thought we played very well in the second half. Backman played very well. Kirby, I'm so happy she got her goal. She played brilliantly in my eyes.
With 2 league games remaining for the men, we knew that we had to focus and win both of those games. And we needed results to go our way elsewhere. It seemed like it was going to be very tough. But in displays that we come accustomed to that season, Chelsea went from amazing results and fixtures and performances against Liverpool to shocking in 7 days.
Chelsea won, Huddersfield won. A draw that makes finishing inside the top 4 almost impossible for Chelsea. It just wouldn't go in for that second goal. It just wouldn't. Huddersfield defended with everything they had and fought for their lives to keep Chelsea out. And at the end of the day, they succeeded. A really intense game that just leaves you feeling proper empty.
And on the final day of the season, we lost 3-0 to Newcastle at St James's Park, which I think was a result that we were all very keen to forget.
Comes a time where you just put your head down, you get paid a lot of fucking money, and you just get the job done. If you don't care, get lost. It's as simple as that. I don't want you in my club if you're going to be like that. I want someone who cares.
However, it didn't matter, according to our editor. For me, I was a bit pissed off about it. But at the end of the day, look, we're in the FA Cup final against Manchester United, who had also had a very poor season. And it was up to us to get that victory and that bit of silverware that could paper over the cracks for what was an awful season. The sun was shining and the entirety of the 100% Chelsea family was together. Lawrence had flown from Austria. Oran did come over as well. Unlike the Arsenal game in the year before, this FA Cup final was ours.
I think we deserved the win overall over 90 minutes. We beat Man United at the end of a bad season in the Premier League. Could not ask for any more than that today.
And it's nice to have a bit of celebration time, do you know what I mean?
Winning the FA Cup against Manchester United rounded off what was a very unpredictable season of being a Chelsea fan in 17-18. However, just because the balls were not being kicked anymore, it didn't mean that us at 100% Chelsea were doing the same. During this summer's World Cup, where England were cruelly beaten by Croatia, we were still bringing you daily videos, exclusive content, and that transfer roundup which you desperately needed. And despite Italy not even qualifying for the 2018 World Cup, the Italians were dominating here at 100% Chelsea.
Antonio Conte has been sacked. Chelsea have signed Jorginho.
Maurizio Sarri has finally been appointed as the head coach of Chelsea Football Club.
With new tactics, a new style of play, a new manager, and Courtois being thrown into Spain and doing poorly, may I add, Chelsea and 100% Chelsea were ready for the 18-19 season. With the arrivals of Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho alongside Maurizio Sarri, the implementation of Sarri ball seemed like an exciting prospect, and it looked like we may be having beautiful football back at Stamford Bridge in the 18-19 season. Manchester City was our opponent in the traditional curtain raiser of the Community Shield at the new Wembley. On a hot day in northwest London, none of us were really expecting much. Let's be honest, Manchester City had just hit 100 points and we were coming off the back of a poor season. Along with Sarri's new appointment only happening a month beforehand, we weren't expecting much at all.
You just need to iron out all these things now, all these things that just aren't right.
And then he needs time to be able to know who his players are.
Undeterred by a loss against Manchester City, our favourite day was soon to arrive. The beginning of the Premier League season. We started by making the long trek up the M1 to Huddersfield. And that victory away was just the start that Chelsea needed. Jorginho notching a penalty on his debut and us running riot up in the north. However, our first game at home was a daunting task. We were facing the new look Arsenal under Unai Emery. In 2018 alone, we'd faced Wenger's Arsenal 3 times and hadn't won a single fixture. But with Emery in charge, we were hoping to make it 4th time lucky.
Kovacic is a dog's bollocks.
Well, Jorginho was.
Jorginho is also the dog's bollocks.
But thank fuck we won at the end of the day.
After finally getting that victory in 2018 over Arsenal, Chelsea won back-to-back fixtures, beating Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Cardiff. This made Chelsea unbeaten after 5 games, and this made Maurizio Sarri only the 4th manager to be unbeaten after 5 games in the Premier League. There was a different air about Chelsea this season, a refresh if you will, something which we have felt every so often for the past few years. We as fans are happy about our business both on and off the pitch. For the first time, however, since we won the competition in 2013, Chelsea faced the Europa League. Our route to Baku begun with a less than convincing 1-0 victory over PAOK in Greece. However, that didn't matter, as we were heading next to a stadium which, let's be honest, on this channel, we've been very vocal about disliking. The London Stadium, yes, that dump. We headed to have a fierce derby with West Ham and we left with a bitter taste in our mouth after drawing 0-0 in East London.
A lot of players there look very tired today.
Hazard didn't turn up. That was the thing that I think killed us.
Off the pitch here at 100% Chelsea, we were making sure we were always improving, taking large strides and delivering up-to-date content on Chelsea for you guys. This including more opposition previews, something that I'm very proud of, and obviously the big interviews with the biggest names in the footballing world. At the beginning of the season as well, we launched our new interactive discussion site at the Green Man in Wembley, the Chelsea pub. We started Sad Bastards Corner.
And they may not be comfortable, well to be honest we stand anyway, they may not be comfortable to sit on, but oh my god, they are so nostalgic.
Now continuing the review, Chelsea headed to Anfield in the League Cup, a competition which we were heartlessly dumped out of last year. However, this year, we all had a moment to cherish in that sublime Eden Hazard goal.
Hazard, he took Keita apart, Meg Moreno smashed it into the goal. And these guys are the guys saying that mayonnaise was better than him. No, he really isn't, he really isn't.
Following that wonderful night at Anfield, we came back to Stamford Bridge and played Liverpool in the reverse fixture. This time though, 3 points were on the line. Liverpool strengthened their side, bringing Mo Salah back into the side, but Chelsea were this far away from snatching all 3 points.
I feel like I've been stood on the goal line and somebody's kicked a football from point blank straight at my stomach.
1-1, it's not a bad result, really.
Following another 1-0 victory in the Europa League, this time against Molvidi, Chelsea headed down to Southampton, and this time it was much simpler than the reverse fixture last season.
Southampton 0, Chelsea 3, and well, can't really complain much about that.
Following the international break, Chelsea faced United. A huge game at Stamford Bridge where Antonio Rudiger's 21st minute header was cancelled out by a double from Anthony Martial. It would have been incredibly harsh for Chelsea to walk away from this game with absolutely nothing. But the referee added on an additional 6 minutes, and with the final kick of the game, Viva Ross Barkley. Chelsea was starting to look like the real deal, not quite title contenders, but we were digging in when we needed to and getting the results. This awesome run of form continued with a massive victory at Turf Moor.
Morata! Lost his cheek!
Chelsea have just beaten Burnley 4-0 at Turf Moor. What a great performance from us.
Just a perfect result today. I mean, Morata with his goal.
Halloween slowly rolled round and we faced Derby in the League Cup. And although we hope there'll be no tricks on the pitch, we were all in for a treat with the return of a Chelsea legend. With the scores level at 2-2 after 27 minutes, it was up to the man with the magic hat in Cesc Fabregas to secure the win for Chelsea. It was a magic night from start to finish.
Taking the lead again!
November rolled round quickly, and the first fixture of the month was a scrappy 3-1 victory over Crystal Palace.
I mean, it started slow, but we got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, you know, not one of the fastest games we've done, but at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points.
At the end of the day, we beat Palace. They had spells where they didn't take the chances. If they took their chances, they could have beaten us today. But we won. We're still unbeaten. It's all positive.
Remembrance Sunday saw the 100% Chelsea team and the rest of the country pay their respects to the ones that had fallen. Whilst the displays before the game were wonderful, Chelsea were unable to match those displays on the pitch.
News of another misplaced pass as well. We haven't been that great either. There's not been a lot of creativity. Passing from the back's been poor. Rudiger and David Luiz have misplaced a hell of a lot of passes today.
Many of the supporters were starting to get a little bit frustrated at the lack of creativity.
Thoroughly disappointed with us today, Lou.
I mean, things didn't go our way today, but I mean, it's easy to look at individuals, but I think it went to blame. It was deeper than just our striker.
It's poor. It is poor. Look, I thought they were going to come and get a decent game of football out of this. A draw, to be honest, I don't think it's that unfair of a result.
However, that was quickly forgotten, and it needed to be. Chelsea were heading into another big game this season, this time facing Tottenham Hotspur at the new Wembley. We lost the home fixture of this in 2018, 3-1, but surely lightning could not strike twice. A goal from Dele Alli, a goal from Harry Kane, and a run from Heung-min Son, which made our defence look like a chocolate teapot, saw us lose 3-1. It was a cold, wet, horrible and windy day, and as the horrible wind swept around the new Wembley, it's safe to say that all of us at 100% Chelsea were not happy. In fact, that is a massive understatement.
The unbeaten start to the season has come to an end, and we weren't just unlucky or unfortunate or didn't just not take our chances. No, we were outclassed and embarrassed by Tottenham today.
We were shit.
Embarrassing, just embarrassing.
I'm fucking furious.
Embarrassing from Chelsea today.
It's fucking cold. It's a fucking horrible game. We were fucking shit, and to be honest, I ain't fucking much else to say.
After such a poor performance, Chelsea fans needed a pick-me-up. Fortunately, that pick-me-up came in the form of an emphatic victory, securing our place in the next round of the Europa League.
Right in again. You got space, you got space.
The evening was perfected, however, when Callum Hudson-Odoi, one of our own, scored his first competitive senior goal for Chelsea. We easily saw off local rivals Fulham, and it finally looked like we were finding our feet again. However, do you ever have those days that you wish you could simply forget? Everything seems to go wrong, nothing seems to go right. Well, that day for us was when Chelsea faced Wolves at Molineux. Quite simply, a simple, routine game for us turned into an absolute fucking nightmare. A dead battery, a broken window and a flat tyre meant that me and Scott missed the game while we waited for a recovery vehicle.
Trying to find the nearest possible road where we can book a taxi. And by the way, if we make it to the ground, I swear don't let any of you kids ever call us fake fans again. Don't let me hear a word. I can't, so we gotta cross through here.
Meanwhile, the rest of the lads in Jack, Dom and Lewis went through a barbed wire fence, tracked across a boggy field, all in a bid to get a taxi to the game. And whilst they were 25 minutes late, they thought that Chelsea might make up for it. That night was arguably one of the worst in the channel's history, but it wasn't the end of the bad news. The fixture list, that oh so cruel mistress, spewed out a really tough test for Sarri's men. The champions were in the capital, Manchester City, and they were hoping to turn it from Chelsea blue into sky blue. But it's safe to say, we didn't let them do it.
Let's shithouse this one, get one.
Chelsea, 3 days after that defeat at Molineux, saw us beat the champions in the only way that Chelsea know how to. And it's safe to say we all had something to shout about.
It was quality. We've proven today as to why Stamford Bridge is a fortress.
The thing is today, I didn't expect such a good defensive performance.
How the tables have turned!
After 1-0, it was absolute perfection from the team.
All of this excitement came to a head when the City bus pulled out of the Britannia gate just as we were filming fan cams. Chelsea had done it, we'd beaten the champions, and it gave us the motivation as we moved into a busy Christmas period. And after a dead rubber game in Budapest, which Jack and Lawrence were at, we headed down to the south coast and Brighton for a Christmas getaway and some 21st birthday festivities. Safe to say, it got rather messy. We made our way down to Brighton for the weekend and we just about survived in a difficult game against a resilient Brighton at the Amex.
Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Chelsea 2. The Blues do get back-to-back wins in the Premier League and pick up all 3 points at the Amex Stadium, but made the end of the game a lot more nervy than it needed to be, but not killing the game off earlier and instead letting Brighton back into the game, while Eden Hazard shines again in that false 9 position by getting a goal and the assist for Pedro.
After a toughly fought battle against Bournemouth in the League Cup, which saw us progress after a 1-0 victory, we faced Leicester just before Christmas. And it's safe to say I don't think any of us expected the result that came.
You know, I think we'd all expected to win this game, let's be honest. But Leicester a decent side and we just didn't deserve it.
Chelsea today were disappointing, and I think it's another example of what happens to Chelsea when Eden Hazard gets suffocated out of the game.
It wasn't going to be a very Merry Christmas for us Chelsea fans. However, the next game was an important one. The same as what happened in February. We headed to Vicarage Road to see if we could get some redemption against Watford on Boxing Day. After an amazing game from Eden Hazard, Chelsea came out 2-1 victors, and at the end of it, he said he wanted to become a legend like Terry, Drogba and Lampard. Is he going to sign a new contract? Our final fixture of 2018, we headed to Selhurst Park just to see if we could round off the year with a win. And it's safe to say, we ground it out, but we came out winners. But that was last year, and now as we sit in 2019, we're hoping that Chelsea can continue that inspired run of form that they ended it with, really hoping to get that top 4 spot and get our names back into the Champions League. However, that's all we know, and that's all we can say. Let's hope it happens in 2019. But anyway, guys, that was your 2018 video in review, the 2018 roundup. We will be doing another one at the end of the season if you enjoyed this video. Happy New Year! I've been Louis Beneventi. This has been your 2018 year in review. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you later.
He's here! He's there! He's vlogging everywhere! Louis G! Louis G!